Hello and welcome to the San Diego Community College Football Report with Raymond Brown of sdfootball.net. I'm Ramon Scott of eastcountysports.com. And Raymond, well, we'd like to say we have a jam-packed show full of uh, touchdowns and interceptions and, well, victories. But unfortunately, we don't have that for you this week. But we do have the results of last week's games, and we'll tell you who's everybody's playing next week. Uh, was it just a down week? I mean, I don't think we were in for any surprises. I think everyone went to expectations, but just tough to come
Yeah,
on here and talk about 0-4.
yeah, it was probably the most brutal college football Saturday in San Diego history. Not only did all four JC teams lost, but the Aztecs and Toreros lost as well. So college football in San Diego was not a good place to be on Saturday.
Well, that's bad news if you're in the business of covering college football like Raymond Brown of sdfootball.net. Let's see if we can make it better for you this week. But first, we got to lament the lowlights from last week and try to find some players to talk about, to highlight here. This was a good game, and it was decent teams, I would say here, even with the records of the two teams right now. Canyons here getting the win in this one. They're virtually rated the same spot in the state polls, just outside of the top 25 right now. But Canyons got the win here over Palomar.
Yeah, brutal loss for Palomar. Didn't score to the fourth quarter. It was all Canyons during this whole game. Um, Clay Omahundro had 18 completions for 147 yards, and the only touchdown Palomar scored. Micah Johnson, one catch for a 44-yard touchdown. DeMarcus Carr had 9 carries for 34 yards. Great effort, but it was all Canyons.
Yeah, Canyons led 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. They led 17-0 at halftime, limited to Palomar to just 197 total yards. So, they were in the game, but probably not against the defense really in this one for Canyons. So, Palomar with their second loss and Canyons with their first win. All right, Raymond, in this one, it was Citrus coming in and beating Grossmont to remain undefeated here, 36-15. Grossmont still looking for their first win.
Yeah, another brutal loss for the home team. But Nate Temple, he got his in 8 out of 10 attempts for 76 yards and a touchdown. But unfortunately, it ain't enough. Citrus just dominated from start to finish.
All right, yeah, we didn't get much from the Griffins this week. Would like to know maybe who scored. That would be a good thing, good place to start. But didn't have much with the Griffins this week. Hopefully, they're not getting. I think the one thing great about the move back to the Griffins, to the National South is we get to see them play important games in those meetings with the other San Diego teams again. It's a tougher schedule for the Griffins, but it's nice to have them all in the same division here now. Okay, in this one, Raymond, it was Golden West beating Mesa 28-7. In this one, there was a turnover on the first play of the game from the Olympians, and the uh, Rustlers were able to convert that into a touchdown. They led 21-7 at halftime and 28-7 at the end of the third quarter. It was Tavion Tate who had a 3-yard run to tie the game with 3:55 left in the first quarter, but Mesa couldn't do much against Golden West's defense. So they lost this one. Maybe I was expecting to be a little bit more competitive here, but Golden West certainly ranked right now. They are number 9 or so, number 8 and number 9 in the two state polls. So pretty good. Mesa's down at 14. So losing by 3 touchdowns at home probably should have had a more competitive result if you're Mesa.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought this game was going to be more competitive, and it was at first. First quarter tied 7-7, but Golden West just kept making plays. Mesa had trouble finding the end zone, and this was a surprising blowout win for a team I think is probably the best in the county this year. So, yeah, tough loss, but hey, there's always next week.
The rankings would say that Mesa's still number one right now. In the Raymond rankings, we know it's who beats who, but if you look at this, and Mesa was the top. So, hey, let's take a look here with, let's not. Long Beach 65, Southwestern 14 in this one. I don't think we heard from Southwestern either. If you have anything on this one, Long Beach got their first win. They led 21-0 at the end of the first quarter and 38-7 at halftime.
Yeah, Southwestern managed to score with a 4-yard touchdown by Raymond Flores and a 15-yard pass from Mar Vista alum Alex Wojcik to Jay Gordon, but those were the only 2 points they were able to get. Will Madonna just went off 4 touchdowns for Long Beach, and decisive victory, man. Southwestern still looking for that first win of the season. They're going to be able to bounce back next week. We'll talk about that later, but yeah, man, just all around brutal Saturday for San Diego college football teams.
Well, thank you for taking a few minutes to research a few players and stats and highlights. And, well, we know we're going to get one winner this week, Raymond, in one of the matchups because Mesa is going to take on Grossmont in let's just say it. It's a National Division Southern League game. So great to have these two teams. Yeah, I mean, Mesa's going to be here's the thing that really is a bummer about this week's games, Raymond. The road team's favored by at least 3 touchdowns in every game. Here, Mesa, that'll be the same here in this one, going up against Grossmont, even on the road. You got to think Mesa here by 3 or 4 touchdowns at least.
Man, I remember when I first started following JC football, it was Grossmont that would have been favored by like 4 or 5 touchdowns. So to see Mesa, the dominant team during this time, is it's kind of crazy. But this is always a great rivalry. I know the all-time series is pretty close. So I know Grossmont caught up during those times where they were national championship contenders. And it's been I saw some brutal games in this series, but things turn, tables turn, tides turn, and Mesa is looking like the heavy favorite going into this game against a Grossmont team looking for their first win. But hopefully, man, Grossmont get up for it. It's a rivalry game against the top team in the county, one of the top teams in the county, and pretty much nothing to lose here. So we'll see.
They'll need an extraordinary performance to stay in this one. Mesa defeated San Bernardino 47-0. They also defeated the Cerritos Falcons 14-10. Grossmont lost to East LA by a touchdown, 45-38. They also lost to Antelope Valley 34-31. So it feels like Mesa can put up a number here on Grossmont. Grossmont, obviously in those 2 games, were able to score on the back end. Going up against Citrus, that was a little bit of a different situation, I think. So here, if we see a Mesa effort like we did last week, maybe Grossmont can stay within a couple of touchdowns. But they're going to need to score here, I would think, and we'll see. All right. Go Griffins. Going to be a tough one. And here's another one. You got Saddleback. They're probably 3 touchdown favorites or more coming into play Southwestern in this one. Raymond, I would think here, even though Saddleback has just the 1 victory so far.
I don't know much about Saddleback, but looking at the record, it's probably a great opportunity for Southwestern to get that first win at home in front of their home crowd at DeVore Stadium. Nice, beautiful facility. I'm hoping Southwestern get it done. I don't know what type of team Saddleback is at this point, but hopefully we see some better results than last week. Last week was brutal.
Yeah, Saddleback does have losses. They have losses to Ventura and to Santa Barbara. They lost to Ventura by 5, Santa Barbara by a touchdown. Southwestern, in addition to last week's game, they did lose to El Camino 49-13. They lost to San Bernardino 53-40. Remember that one. So Saddleback, like I said, they're going to be probably 3 or 4 touchdown favorites to win. So Southwestern will need a top effort as well. Okay, and well, Riverside. Riverside's going to come in and play Palomar. So Riverside's probably about a 4 touchdown favorite here, I would think, Raymond. Maybe it'll be 3 touchdowns. Palomar at home, maybe it'll be a little bit closer, but Palomar, they defeated Long Beach 45-40 already this season. They've also defeated Golden West 40-15. Do a little bit of comparison results there in that one. So this will be tough for Palomar. We're looking at 3 more blowouts here.
Riverside's traditionally one of the top teams in Southern California. So it would be a great bounce back win for Palomar as they try to get a bowl game or something going. But I see Riverside rolling in this one. If not for the San Diego Mesa and Grossmont game, we could see another winless week for San Diego. But that's our saving grace right now.
Someone that will be. Hopefully, we can get some info from the game this week. So, with it being the big game, appreciate everyone checking us out here. Try to get some traction on the show. We appreciate it. So make sure you get your highlights out there. We want to see some statistics and some information. All right. For Raymond Brown, I'm Ramon Scott. Thanks for joining us on the San Diego Community College Football Report.